Blog Talk Radio.
Yo, Bantan. ¿Qué es lo que está sonando por ahí? Acabo de llegar a mi país. Acabo de llegar a mi país. Uy, ¿y qué es lo que yo escucho por ahí? Rapeadores que están pegados, tan sonados. ¿Cómo va a ser? Con puro ritmo baiteado. Acabo de llegar a mi país. Uy, ¿y qué es lo que yo escucho por ahí? Rapeadores que están pegados, tan sonados. ¿Cómo va a ser? Con puro ritmo baiteado.
Ellos son pura copia, siempre fotocopia, el mismo ringtone pero desde otro Nokia, enredando a la gente con esa basofia, así que flow de paquete y directo de copia, a mí no me interesa de dónde tu flow, así que deja la pereza, y pónganse a escribir que suena de tristeza, a estas alturas son pura copia y no son inéditos, quieren ranking y sin méritos, no tienen referencia ni créditos, y no pueden salir del crédito. No son profesionales porque su ritmo lo pagan en Alex. Son pura copia, no son originales. Dices que afumantan cantando las reales, haciendo los reales.
Acabo de llegar a mi país, uy, y que es lo que yo escucho por ahí. Rapeadores que están pegados, tan sonados, ¿cómo va a ser? Con puro ritmo baiteado. Acabo de...
All right, welcome to the Tuesday edition, I guess it's the only edition we have of the Jeff Mayweather Radio Show. My name is Alex Iserman, and tonight we're joined by not only Mr. Jeff Mayweather, but we're going to have a couple contributors to from Pro Boxing Insider join us. Already we have one of them on the line, so we'll say hello to Jeff first. Jeff, how you doing tonight, buddy?
Fine. What's up?
Fine, okay. All right. We're joined by not only Jeff, but Carla J, who's going to be working with us in the very near future. Carla, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing fine, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for joining us. And actually, you've never spoke to Jeff before, so Jeff, I had to class to join up a little bit. I think people got sick of listening to just me and you, so figured we'd bring Carla on with us.
Yeah, I think they got sick of you. But yes. That's
how's it going, Jeff?
Yes.
How's it going, Jeff? I am
good.
doing great. I'm doing great. Thank you.
You're just like me. You're fine. You don't know about the Alex.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, Carla's going to be working with
you know greatness when you see it.
Yes, you're on the brink.
For those of you that go to our site, be sure to look out for Carla. She'll be doing some work here in the very near future, doing some great. We'll kind of not mention it for now. We did see it, but she's got some really exciting stuff planned, and we're looking forward to seeing her work. As far as tonight's show, here in a few minutes, we're going to have WBA featherweight champion Celestino Caballero join us. A lot to talk about with him. Some stuff going on with him and Billy Dib we'll talk about, and also, you know, he seems to be in limbo here, so we'll talk about his potential upcoming fights. I know he's really interested in Daniel Ponce de Leon, who just won the WBC belt this weekend. They fought previously, of course, so that should be interesting. Jeff, before they get on, let's just talk a little about the past weekend. Of course, unless you lived under a rock, a huge weekend in boxing. I know you said you had stayed home, so you got a chance to see both fights, or which one did you see?
No, unfortunately, I mean, the broadcast was simultaneous. So, I mean, every time I turned the channel, a fight was coming on at the same time, you know, different fights. But since I paid for the Martinez fight, I decided to watch that one.
And what'd you think? I mean, it was a pretty dominating performance by Martinez, except, of course, you know, in the final round there, which was really exciting, and you know, people thought maybe Chavez could pull it off, but a lot of people call for a rematch now. Do you think that's warranted based on just one final round, considering how much Martinez dominated the rest of the fight?
No, especially when the guy tore ligaments in his leg and had injured his left hand. So, I mean, to be honest, at the end of the day, I mean, if those things didn't happen, he would have got shut out 12 rounds. I mean, he didn't win a round at all. He didn't come close.
What do you think, Carla, just to get your opinion, Chavez is a fighter? What's that? What was that? Like, sound like a frog or something.
I know. Was that Jeff? Was that Jeff laughing? What was that? What's going on with that?
That's not me. That's a text message. So, don't pay no attention to it.
Carla, how big a fan are you of immediate rematches and that kind of thing, just in general?
In general, how big a fan am I on rematches?
Yeah, I mean, do you think that, people were all up in arms that, Chavez, made the comeback there? Is there something that you'd like to see immediately, or do you wish, they go on and hook up with somebody else?
You know what? At this point, it's like, someone else. I'm over the entire Marquez, Pacquiao rematch. I mean, at this point, to be perfectly honest with you, I mean, I must be frank. I'm over it. I want something new. I want something fresh, and we need some new blood, some new faces in the mix at this point. So, I mean, that's just my opinion.
Jeff, what do you think of Chavez in general as a fighter? His performance there. You had made some comments earlier about the direction you think he needs to go. Where does he go from this point? What the heck? You got Affleck going on here. What is that?
He's a young guy, a young guy that still has a wealth of potential. I mean, you're talking about a guy who never even fought an amateur fight, and I mean, he came a long way, and I mean, he's improved, immensely from where he first started. So I mean, I still take my hat off to him. I mean, he still fought the best guy in that division. So I mean, he gave a good account of himself. Only at the end, because I mean, he truly got dominated. But I think that the one thing with Chavez is that I mean, here's a guy that's over 6 foot tall that don't use a jab at all. So and until he gets to a point where he actually can, make the best of all of the tools that he has. I mean, he's not going nowhere than further than what he did, the other night. But I mean, the other guys in the division, unfortunately, the middleweight division is nothing like the middleweight division was of old. So, I mean, with that being said, I mean, Chavez is still the second best guy in the division.
Mm-hmm. Now, you had mentioned about the jab there. You got a huge guy like Chavez for his division there. As far as not using a jab, do you think that's something that, a mistake that Freddie Roach, is it a mistake for Freddie Roach not to have him implement that more? And do you question the way Roach has handled him?
Well, I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I never question what another trainer do because that's their business, that's their job. But I mean, me as a trainer, me myself, I'm always going to judge what a fighter can do better. But I mean, when you have a guy that's that tall and taller than most of the guys in the division, yeah, he should be jabbing. He should be boxing. He don't necessarily have to box, but he should, make his jab a weapon. And the one thing is that in Chavez's case, that I mean, when you in with a good boxer like Martinez, I mean, if you load up, I mean, it's a waste. You're never going to catch him because he can see everything that you throw in. I mean, you're loading up. Only thing Chavez did was, I mean, he landed some, a few good body shots, but that was it. Nothing else.
Now we're as far as Martinez goes, Carl. Let me ask you this: what do you think about the? It's been mentioned. What do you think about Serge? What is the duck thing going? Am I the only one hearing the duck, or what?
Affleck.
I'm hearing Affleck too. It's actually pretty distracting.
All right, Carla. One potential dream fight, and probably the, I guess, of all fights that have any remote possibility of being made. What about Martinez and a certain Floyd Mayweather Jr.? What about that fight?
You know what? I think at this point, Floyd can fight pretty much anyone at this point. Everyone's just ready to see Floyd back in the ring. Me being one of them, I'm ready to see him and, just see if the time off has had any effect on his style, has made him even more so aggressive. I'm really curious to see that. Does he have something to prove? Like, you know what, I've, had some time off, and, I'm going to show you guys I'm still number one. So I'm really curious, as I'm sure a lot of other people are as well.
Jeff, because of his talent and his being so much bigger than Floyd, do you think Sergio is probably the one fight that Floyd would be the most difficult for him at this point?
Well, I mean, to be honest, I don't think the fight will ever happen. Floyd's actually a 147-pounder. He's not a 154-pounder. He's just talented enough to win the titles at that weight. And you're talking about fighting a guy that comes from, 180 pounds, to make weight. So, I mean, it makes no sense for Floyd when Floyd walks around at 152 pounds. So it makes no sense at all. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I still think Floyd has the talent to actually beat Martinez. But still, what's the point of it? I mean, Martinez still, even though he got the win over Chavez, Martinez still is not, he's still not a household name. He's still not, he's not in a situation where, I mean, you have the fans, the pay-per-view fans especially.
All right, go ahead. Is that you, Jeff?
Yeah, like I said, the pay-per-view fans are not clamoring for him, so there's no need to fight. I mean, because the one thing with Floyd is this: if you're going to dance with me, you got to bring some numbers to the table. That makes business sense. If you can't do no numbers, what do I need you for?
That's true.
But don't you think at this point that aside from Manny, that Martinez probably would be numbers-wise the biggest fight that he could make?
No, Canelo would be.
You think so?
Yes, Canelo do pay-per-view numbers already.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't think Floyd certainly. I don't think he'd catch any flack for not fighting Martinez because, like you said, I mean the size difference there is pretty huge. So yeah, I mean, it probably is more risk than he'd need to take. But anyway, our special guest called in here direct from Panama here in Las Vegas right now. We have Celestino Caballero joining us. Pelenchin, how you doing tonight, sir?
How you doing, bro? I'm good.
Pretty good, Pelenchin. Thanks for joining us. You're on here with Jeff Mayweather and Carla J.
I don't know that dude.
How's it going?
Hello?
Yeah.
Pelenchin, you there, buddy?
Yeah.
All right, welcome to the show. And also joining us at the same time, we do have Chris Guns, our other PBI contributor. So welcome, Chris, and we got a full show going on right now.
What's up, man?
And of course, the Aflac Duck is with us as well.
Hey, Jody. Oh,
what?
Alex.
What?
Alex, that's your text
What's
that keeps coming. Don't stop.
What's that?
That's your text that keep coming.
Well, why does it keep? I don't know. I have no idea. So it's my. All right. Anyway, we'll just work with the duck. Hey, Pelenchin, let's talk a little bit about your future. You went to the fight this weekend. Ponce de Leon and Johnny Gonzalez. You fought de Leon in the past. Is that somebody you'd like to fight next?
So I want to fight Ponce de Leon. The Floyd talked to Johnny Gonzalez. He said, "Come on, let's go the fight. The next fight, he win the fight, so he not win right now. So maybe enter in conversation for the people that Ponce de Leon. The people told me today. He said Ponce de Leon. He said he ready for fight. For he fight with me. So I happy. So I don't know. I say for the people mention the fight.
Yeah, that'd be a great fight. I mean, De Leon has only lost to the best fighters. He's lost to you and Gamboa, Wanma, and who am I missing? Gamboa. So that'd be a great fight. I mean, that's something you look forward to. It's been a long time since you fought him, but you really handled him pretty easily the first time.
So the first time I fight, the people said that the contract was 17 days before the fight. So I practiced for 2 months and a half and 20 days. So I say I'm ready for the fight. I take the fight. I remember my ex-promoter. He said, "Hey, I don't like the fight. This guy is De La Hoya, so check the record. He's invictus. So he has a 24 fight and for 23 knockout. So I don't like that. I say, I ready, boss. Don't worry. Trust me. I go."
Hey, Chris, I'll let you jump in there. I know you got some questions.
Yeah. Hello, Celestino. How are you?
Hello. Good. Fine.
I just want to see you fighting somebody. It's been a while since you were in the ring. Did you ever talk to Floyd about fighting Yuriorkis Gamboa? Or anybody? Did anything come up?
Anybody. I don't care. I fighters, so I warriors. I demonstrations. I go in the world for fight, so I not scared. You know, I happy for fight every time.
Mm-hmm. You had a fight with Mikey Garcia, fall through, and now he's fighting Orlando Salido. Who do you think will win that fight?
The Salido is in great shape, so he go to fight Juan Manuel Lopez. Salido beat him for knockout.
You pick Salido?
Yeah.
And Billy Dib has a problem with fighting you, I think. He wants to fight Chris John. What do you say to Billy Dib, who seems to not think so highly of you? He doesn't think you're so good.
So I don't care talk about Billy Dib. So he not demonstration nothing right now. So he talking and talking. So I wanna fight. He have a belt. I want a belt. So I don't care. So he say, send money for what? How much you fight? Maybe he fight for $50,000. So I don't want. He won. So pay for him. So I don't know. But I ready for everybody.
Hey, Jeff, let me bring you in on that. You know, we talked earlier, a lot of stuff going on. Billy Dib's been saying a lot of negative things, saying Celestino's not worthy of fighting him. He's a nobody, that kind of thing. And it all goes back to this infamous sparring match that we're going to try to find the video for. You were there. What happened? Dib is claiming that, in fact, that he had the better of it. So what was your recollection with the sparring?
I mean, basically, like I said, I was on Facebook, and Billy Dib told me he was coming to Las Vegas and asked for Celestino in Las Vegas at the time, and I said yes. And so once he got here, he came to the gym, and he said that would it be okay for me and Celestino spar? And I said, yeah, but I said, just tell me one thing. I said, if you happen to win the world title, are you going to do like everybody else? Are you going to avoid Celestino? Or are you going to fight him if you get a chance to, if you win a world title and we ask for you? I said, are we going to fight you? And he said, at the time, before he got in the ring, he said yes. I said, okay, well, I'll see what you're going to say when you get out. And, of course, Celestino wasn't even in shape at the time. And Celestino, he pretty much played with Billy Dib. I mean, he had his way with him, And basically, once he got out, I asked Billy Dib, I said, so what? I said, I said, "Are you still think you're gonna fight him if you win the world title?" He said, "Well, yeah, maybe for $1 million." He said, "I can see why I don't know how to fight." That's exactly what he said.
Really? So, how long ago was this sparring match?
This sparring match. It's been a while now. It's probably been over a year.
So, is there any particular reason why now it's starting to surface? Like all the details regarding that is now starting to surface and get a little heated?
Well, I think it's just because Billy Dib probably was goaded into, saying the things that he said, because Billy Dib is a nice guy. He's a nice guy. I talked to him, and basically, I know the guy who interviewed him. He's that way, and so he probably made Billy Dib say something that he put out there and that he couldn't take back, and so now he's trying to ride with it. Because I was
going to say, Jeff, I agree with you on the first part of that, and it's in the first guy they had the contact with. But when he was on Frank's show on ATG Radio, they didn't goad him into anything, But I guess like you said, he might have been riding with it because he was free with the insults, and saying that Celestino wasn't worthy of being in the ring with him. Who would you like to see him fight? I mean, if you could pick anyone for him, who do you think is the best option at this point?
I mean, to be honest, I wouldn't care who Celestino fight, because I believe he can beat everybody at that weight. So I don't even care. I mean, I'm just like Celestino when it comes to that. But I mean, if the fight could be made with Billy Dib, I would love it. I would love it because I know how easy it would be. And my thing is this, like I said, the reason why Billy Dib continued on, he already put it out there. Once you put it out there, you can't take it back. You can't say, "Oh, I was just joking." You're a fighter,
right?
And I mean, now he's a champion, of course. And now he's a champion. He's going to talk like a champion. He's going to talk about what he can do and what he, But I mean, Billy Dib knows the truth, And I mean, and if he wants to show the truth to the world, he'll step up and fight Celestino. It ain't got nothing to do with belts or anything, because you got the same belt that Celestino had before. So if he was never a legitimate world champion, what the hell are you?
Hey, Celestino, can you rank for us who you think the best champions are in featherweight? I mean, from the best to the easiest.
Right now?
Yeah, right now. Of the current champions, who's the best? Like in order, from the best to the worst.
Well, include me and Salido, Billy Dib, what is the Ponce de Leon?
Right now, so who's the toughest?
Right now.
Besides you, of course.
And me, right now, I the best in the class right now.
I don't understand. What did he say?
He's the best.
Me,
well, yeah, you're the best, but after you, who's the best in the division?
Gamboa, Marquez, all fighters. So I don't know. So right now, me.
All right, jump back in there, Chris.
Hey, what about Juan Manuel Lopez? He's going to be making a comeback soon. He's going to be needing an opponent. Would you be interested in fighting Juan Manuel Lopez?
I want to fight everybody.
I don't fight us.
Someone come on.
I don't care. I don't care. For Walmart, I remember Walmart told, he said, I don't fight Caballero. Caballero no represents money for me. So who represents Salido? Salido is the best for pound right now. So he take a Salido for fight. The Salido knock him off twice. So Juan Lopez, he knows the best in the weight. So I know. So for people talk to Walmart, the promoter, good promotion. You know, he said, oh, Walmart is no warrior. Walmart don't fight everybody. You know?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Were you happy?
You have to fight
Celestino,
somebody.
were you? I was just going to ask, was Celestino, were you happy that Juanma lost, or were you kind of upset because you would like to have fought him when he was still at his height, you know, at his best?
Yeah, I happy. So he talked too much for me. He run for 3 years. At 122, he don't want to fight. He say he's the best, He have one belt, I have two belts, CA and IBF. So he said, no, Caballero, for I know he scared me.
Jeff, do you think there's any chance that those two ever get together?
I mean, I don't think so. I think that, the hype of it is gone now, you know. And, of course, if Walmart still want to take the chance and take the risk and stop hiding behind the promoters, it'll happen. But, believe me, the last person you want to see is Celestino.
Yeah.
Don't you, Jeff, do you want to see him back in the ring as quick as you can? It's been a while.
Yeah, definitely. Celestino's been training for quite some time. It's just that, now with TNT breaking up, a lot of things have to be redone, re-signed and things like that. So, that's part of the delay. But, Celestino is now signed his, re-signed with Mayweather Promotion. So now he can move forward with his career. And now Floyd is, they're gonna start looking for, the best viable opponent, or the opponent that's, that's willing to fight them. And hopefully it'll be, maybe Ponce de Leon again. They had one hell of a fight. I think that, of course, Celestino is still doing really well in his career and still can do the things that he was able to do. De Leon seems like he slowed down a little bit and he telegraphed his punches so much, but still I think that it's still going to be a good fight. It'll be a good, entertaining fight.
And Celestino, that's the belt you want, right? You want the green one the most, right?
Yeah, I want a green belt, man.
We just have a couple minutes left. Jeff, I'd just like to ask you one thing. How are you preventing, with Celestino being here for such a long time without a fight scheduled, how are you preventing a repeat of the Litsau training camp that wasn't so good?
Well, basically, right now, it's trying to stop him from peaking. And he's not doing a lot of boxing, so we know, we really know where he's at in terms of that. But he's not really like doing the road work and all the other things that kills your legs, because the road work is what kills your legs for. You're doing that, the whole time you're here thinking that you're fighting, But just coming in the gym and getting a good workout, that's fine. That's fine because he's not, he's not really killing himself out there on the road and everything and involved with it.
Carl, I'm sorry we haven't got you in here that much tonight. The show's about over here, but tell the folks a little bit about where they can follow you and what they can expect from you.
Well, you can follow me on Twitter. I am on Twitter at @TheRealCarlaJ. That's CarlaJa. And I'm also on Facebook, Carla J. It's the same on Instagram, The Real Carla J. And I hope to have some footage into you guys really soon. We're going to have fun. We're going to do some different things. I'm going to have my YouTube channel up really soon and have a lot of good footage and a lot of great information for Pro Boxing Insider here in the very near future. So you guys just stay tuned for that.
All right, we'll look forward to that. And Chris, real quick, where can they follow you?
Chris Two Guns, Twitter. Thank you.
Jeff, of course, Jeff at Jeff Mayweather 1 on Twitter, which he's starting to use here and there. And, of course, we're at ProBoxingInsider.com and also CelestinoCaballero.com. And, Celestino, tell them about your Twitter and all that kind of stuff, and your Facebook and where they can check you out. Celestino?
Yeah.
Where can the people follow you at?
A lot. Maybe
On Twitter, where are you? What's your Twitter address?
@Pelenchin 1.
Yeah, you can check him out there. Check him out on, he's got several different Facebook pages. Just look up Celestino Caballero, and he's got CelestinoCaballero.com. We'll have a lot of new footage up there, and you can see him talking about Billy Dib. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Had a great time tonight, and we'll have you all again next week. And Pelenchin, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you very much, and good night, everybody.
Gracias, campeón.
De nada.
All right, we'll talk to y'all next week.
All righty.
Bye.
Bye.
Acabo de llegar a mi país.
Suave, voy a saber.
Acabo de llegar.